Hey, it's Poopy. Today I'm going to answer the question, what have you learned from the wisest person you know? So I thought about it, and there's several different levels of answers to this question. They aren't necessarily things that I've been told by the people who I think are the wisest. It's what have I learned from the people who are wise and I look up to. Right off the bat, my parents. My mom, she's taught me to really appreciate everything, to never have a bad day if you can help it. Like I said, just to be appreciative. I often joke that if I give her a glass of water, I hear how it's the greatest glass of water she's ever had. She's complimentary and always has a positive outlook. And, I learned that from her. I don't do it quite as well as she does, but that's one thing from one of the wisest people that I know. So next we have my dad, and he taught me these life lessons. The name the Roger rules, because my dad's name was Roger. So they're just very simple. They are do things for the right reasons. Your word is everything, and be kind. Both my parents taught me that because of their example. So I'm very lucky that way. But my dad also taught me to document my life, and he was always taking pictures, and we had photo albums around, and he documented my childhood before digital cameras, before it was easy. I have films that I got digitized that he had saved, and slides from his life when he was in the army, when I was born. You know, he documented his life, and I have done that too. Especially when I became a father, I really made it a point to document my life, to organize everything, and we can look back for decades at pictures, and not just look at pictures. I have they're named in such a way that you can find them. If you want to find all the pictures of pumpkins, I put keywords in them. I did face recognition, so if I want to see all the pictures of me, you can go, and for the most part, it's not foolproof and it's evolving as we go. But it'll pull up 6,000 pictures from when I was a little baby to now. So I got that bug to document my life from my dad. Now, I mentioned that my brother, he's a really good public speaker, came up with the actual Roger rules. But one thing that my brother Brad taught me is to be brave and to live your truth. He wasn't able to be who he was or who he is. And he taught me that it's brave to be true to yourself, and it's brave to be happy. So we've got my parents. I mentioned my brother. My grandson, my grandson Cooper, at 4 years old, taught me the saying that he came up with was, "If I want to, I want to." And you know what? To me, that sums up a lot of things about life. To have goals, to not be deterred. If you want to do something, you want to do it, to follow your dreams. And, we'll see where the if I want to takes him in his life, but I think it's going to be to a good place. So those are some of the people in my family who I've learned lessons from. There are also just random people who I look up to. Jack Harbaugh, the father of Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, came up with these couple of sayings, and he used to make his kids repeat them and live them. And he would always say, "Who's got it better than us?" And the boys would yell, "Nobody." So to me, that means, to see the bright side of things, to be positive, to basically manifest a good life by looking for the good parts. And then he also would tell his boys to attack each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. The last thing, and maybe one of the most important things that I learned, was from Warren Zevon. I saw him on David Letterman, and I'm a fan of his music. Warren had terminal cancer, and he went on to Letterman. So Dave asked him, how are you? And, where do we go from here? What's going on? And Zevon said, that having that short time left and knowing that the end's coming, it makes you enjoy and cherish everything. And the one saying that he said, and his fans have carried this on ever since, is it teaches you to enjoy every sandwich. And if you can live your life enjoying every sandwich, a lot like my mom, you're going to be successful and have a great life.